Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to Code It All, and today as you see, I'm going to be doing padding versus margin. What is the difference and when do you use them? So this is in this part of CSS, so yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, I'm tired. It's been a long day today, so I had to go for Model United Nations in my school, part of UNSC. So, but anyway, not related to this, let's just get going. It's pretty okay. So exclamation point tab, and this is Emmet at work. So it's used to generate short snippets of HTML and CSS for us. And the color theme that I'm using is Eva Dark Italic. So I find that pretty nice, so I decided to do it. So sorry for that noise. I'm padding VS margin. And I want to link in my stuff. I want to link in my CSS. So I linked it in, and I want to have box and box one, and then I want to actually bring this down and get a box two. So that's perfect. I think that's all the HTML we'll need. And jump right into CSS, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box, and then obviously I want box with 100 pixels, high 100 pixels, not percent, I want pixels, and box one, I want the color to be light salmon, and then I want box two to be the color of light cyan. Oops, and I think there should be background color, so I might just put my cursor here, hold Alt and come back here for multiple cursor. I'm just going to type background and save it, and I obviously need to open this up with live server to see what's inside. So that's live server here. Okay, so I don't know if this is that visible, so I'm just gonna change the color by a little bit. Okay, where's the picker? I'm gonna place it here so you can see it. Make it visible. Okay, so these are the two squares I have. So okay, I'm gonna pull out my developer tools. Okay, so this is basically the box that I have. I'm gonna just bring this to Firefox for a second because it has better developer tools, and it'll be a little bit easier to explain according to me. So pull out my developer tools here. Okay, so what I want to do right now is give box one a padding of 10 pixels and box 2 a margin of 10 pixels. Okay, so you see here, basically box 1 is 100 by 100 pixels pixel box, and the size of it hasn't changed, but a part of it, which used to be the content in it, is replaced by padding. So you have this 10 centimeter perimeter around the actual content. So this square is, I guess, only 80 by 80 pixels right now because you get 10 pixels chipped off here, 10 pixels chipped off here. The content is 80 by 80, and we can see that right here, I think. Hover on that, and where's my thingy again? Yeah, see, this is 80 by 80 pixels on the square, and the padding goes 10, 10, 10, 10 everywhere, so that's perfect. And for this second square, okay, just, yeah, wait. So here instead you have all the 100 pixels of content, and you have the 10 pixels outside the actual what do I say, outside the actual square. So you see, it's part of the element. It's actually part of the element, but it basically spaces stuff out, okay, and doesn't take space of the element. So the actual content of the element is 100 by 100 pixels, but you have an extra margin that spaces it out from every other element on the page. Not exactly every other element, but just around it you have a margin of 10 pixels. So that's what margin is, and then that's what padding is right here. So after this, I'm gonna jump in and show you a really live example, okay? So catch you guys back. Okay, so I'm back and I can save this and go back to my live server to check out my code. Obviously, there's no styling whatsoever. It's just a random, it's just random text and a button floating around, but we can change that right now. So obviously in any landing page, we don't want the text to stick to the edge right here. So basically what people do is they change the width and add a margin 0 auto, or I think it's auto 0 to space everything out into the center and make sure nothing touches the two edges. So I'm going to show you that right now. We need a container class for that. Container. Okay, wait, I'm going to take this and actually put it out here. And then I'm going to show you what goes wrong with that. Grab all my sections, put it in here. Okay, so I want to style this container this way, say container, and I'm going to remove all this code here. Okay, so container, what I want to actually do is have a width of 80% of the page, and I want to do margin auto 0. So 0 left and right and auto top and bottom. That does not sound right. I want 0 auto. Perfect. So we have the width being 80% of the page. So if we get up our developer tools and then spec the page, so see we have, wait one sec. Wait a minute, where's my margin auto? Okay, wait. Where's my container? Yeah, this is my container. So it has a width of 80 pixels and it has pushed everything to the center by applying a margin at the left and the right hand side of the container. So I'm going to be showing you something that will happen soon. Okay, I'm going to be adding a small part, the padding to section 1 for a sec. Section 1. Padding, I only want it to be added to the top and bottom, so 10 rand 0. See that? Reload. Ooh, nothing happened. Oh, I don't have a section 1. Okay. Section. Sounds perfect. And for section 2, for section, I can do second. Okay, nth of type. This is a function which allows us to select the second of type of the section class. So the second instance of the section class, it allows us to select that, which is basically the second section of the landing page that we're making. Not exactly a landing page, but yeah. So I want to add a background image to this. Background image, URL, and I want it to be .fire/jpeg. Okay, so you see here, we normally people don't want the design to be like this, where the image only comes halfway of the page when it's supposed to be like the entire segment over here. It's supposed to cover this entire section area, but the thing is, there's a margin here, so we can do that. But here, if there's the same thing with padding, if we change this to padding, I don't know if there's a padding auto. We're about to find out. Padding, say 10 RAM. No, I want to change it to 3 RAM. So you see here, okay, wait. It doesn't actually center and all that. So because this padding is being applied to the container, which is outside of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the container inside of the section, and I'm gonna let you see the magic. Okay. So take this, put it here. Remove this div slash this slash div thingy, which put okay, and you get this thing, but we still want. Wait, I'm gonna change that color to white. Okay, so I changed the color to white here so we can actually see it, but we still want the text and all the elements to actually be with the same par as this element. And what happened to our button? Okay, we didn't get our button back up there. And if you don't know the VS Code shortcut that I used to put it up, I have an entire video specifying awesome VS Code keyboard shortcuts, so please do check that out. And now what we want to do is put the container obviously in here. If I can spell it correctly. Bring that down. So this is the way that we generally do it. So we have to put the container inside. If we put the container outside, everything just gets smashed into the center, and the background image also doesn't work properly. So the only thing you need to know is that there are different use cases for padding and margin. Suppose we take this button, okay? So I'm just go select the button. So I'm gonna add a padding of 10 pixels and 1 REM. Okay, so it gets bigger here. If I change this to margin, let's see what will happen. So the size of it doesn't change. It just moves because it just moves from its original place by 10 pixels top and bottom and 1 REM left and right. So what actually happens here is there's margin over here and over here. So there's actually spacing from the other elements. But if we change this to padding, what will happen is there's the space is given inside this element itself. So that's what's awesome about padding, and that's what's awesome about margin. Hope you learn the differences between padding and margin, and don't get confused between those two. And just it's very confusing thing for developers. Hope this video makes it clear for you, and I'll see you next time. So until then, please subscribe, like, and share. Oh, and look at that, you've already subscribed. If you haven't, then come on, subscribe right now. Because to see content just like this, please do subscribe, like, and share. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Yep, have a great day. Like I'm having holidays right now. Okay, bye bye.